So welcome back to the Center for Research in Igbo History and Culture here at Umueri House. We are in the second segment of our interview with barrister Eugene Ben Aghaebe, candidate for President General Umueri General Assembly in the elections scheduled for Tuesday, 22nd of June 2021. Barrister, you are welcome back.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, we were talking on your candidature and your plans for Umueri and how you intended to handle a number of issues in the event of your being elected as President General, Umueri General Assembly. Yes. And now I want to ask, what do you think will be or might be the challenges you will face when you become the President General of Umueri General Assembly? What areas are you expecting that you might have challenges?
The challenges is obvious. You see how we are in Umueri today. That is this issue of first of all, the challenges I'll get is even from my quarter.
From your quarter?
Yes, that is where the greatest challenges I will get.
Is that a manifestation of Christ's words that a prophet is not known?
Okay,
So,
you know now. They have even told me. They told me as if somebody told them that I'm going to win, and I agree with them. They told me, "Open Ibulu Bijia, Ayachipiachi." You know, I got around the thing, but I challenged the person immediately. What do you mean by that? And he said it didn't mean anything. It's just that many people said they have a choice of candidates. That why have I voted away from it? It's going to be a big challenge because I know in Umueri, every quarter follows their own candidate. But they have singled me out as if I am an outcast. That's one of the things that I will get. But that one is small. Another challenge I will get is the issue of, the quarrels that we have in town, the malice that we have all over town.
When you say town, do you mean Nei or do you mean Umueri?
No, I'm talking about Umueri now.
Yes.
Holistically, Umueri have a lot of problems in, coming together as one. We call it Ekolo or whatever it is. I don't believe in it. I don't believe in Ekolo because I know who is greater than me and who I am greater than. Ekolo sometimes gives room for development if it is positive, but our own here is negative, and that is why we don't benefit from it. I came from Nei. In those days when we were small, they built one primary school building and another. That is the one they call Mambo House, something like that. I've forgotten now. This group of the Ekolo side built that building. The other people built that one. It's positive. It was built in the school and people were using it. The other one was used as a church. Now, which one are we now? What we are doing now is to destroy ourselves, to talk evil about, what we do and who we are. That is negative. I'm going to face it. I have not even gotten into the the position of the PG, but the news everywhere is that Igbe is sponsoring me. Igbe have not been my very good friend. He has not been my very good friend recently. But I know that when we were small, he has always been a big boy. There's no doubt about it. When we were small, we go to party. What we do that time is to go to party. And then we have town hall parties. And the man gives us party around Utocha. We call him Benjang at that time. He was using a 504 car. Big boy. Then I lived with him in Sokoto. and then he came down here. I've never had I cannot remember one single issue I have with him. I can't remember. It is a collective issue that maybe somebody that is close to me or somebody that is my friend is having issues with him, and then I will join. I don't know how it started. I don't know where it's going to end. So that one already is staring at my face, because they have always told me, you must be a man of your own. And that is why they said I'm a weakling. Some of them are even calling me a stooge. They don't even know the meaning of a stooge. But they call me a stooge. That I will be carry, follow. Some will come and say, this one is very difficult. So it is an idiom of the elephant and the blind man. Those blind men that touched the leg said, this elephant na tree. Some that touched the body say, this elephant na wall. And some that touched the tusk. So it's their word for themselves, and to themselves and for themselves alone. I don't know about what they are saying. My own is, if I enter, I become the pigeon. The Igwe is already the Igwe. It's me that is hustling to be the pigeon. The words are different. It runs on a parallel line, but it must always join. Because if you don't join, the Igwe and the pigeon must work together. They're already looking at the working together, and they're determining for me, if I win, how I will work together. How I will work together with Igwe. There is no choice. There is no choice except if I want Umueri to still be in Katakata. I must work together with him. I must work together with him. It's mandatory. It's a shall clause. We must do that. And anybody that says you won't work with him doesn't want the progress of the town. You must work together, because if you work together, you work for Umueri will come up fine. There are other challenges. The challenges of our neighbors, the encroachment, the political infusion of their beliefs. There are another group of trouble that I'll face. The trouble of this Umueri. I have not seen that thing called Umueri with my eyes, because it's Umueri and Neporo. I used to think that it is water.
Droplets of water.
Yeah, droplets of water.
Okay.
So I was imagining.
Is that not what it is?
I don't know. Have you seen it? If
I did, I won't be asking you now.
Okay, me and you, we are on the same page. I don't know what it is. So it's a big problem that will face me here. Another one is this Igbo stuff. Igbo. When I was called to Barr, somebody told me, you need to be shacking yourself up. Another group told me,
before you go to court.
Yes. That all these judges, they are taking it. I didn't start it, so I don't even know how it takes. Some other people ask me to go to native doctor or to join one secret society or the other. Now if you come to court, you just do sign to the judge, and then you win your case. I say you are so ignorant. Go and sleep. Don't go and do your case. Believe that if you go to court, you will do sign and you win your case. So I put them behind. So the issue of Igbo is another problem. Igbo with Umueri, brought a lot of some vices on our youth. They do all manner of things. Some will take it and it will not affect them. Some will take it and they will do all manner of things. So it's a challenge as well. What have I said? What have I not said? Remind me the one that is remaining. Do you think?
Yeah. No, the way you are looking at me like this, as if I were. Well, barrister, it's not. It's an unfair contest between you and me. You're a learned barrister, and I'm just one layman behind the camera. So you have the advantage over me. I will not attempt to. No, but something you said reminds me of something I've really been wondering about. You said the President Igwe was at Sokoto. You were in Sokoto, and it seems I begin to find that a lot of the people who are one thing or the other in Umueri were one time or the other at Sokoto, or had something to do. Why is that? Does it mean that we have a Sokoto mafia, and are you part of that mafia?
When the war ended, the Igbos generally lacked so many things. Our people, that I can mention some of them here, traveled far away to Sokoto land, where they were doing contracts on plumbing, electricals, and what again? In fact, later, iron, drill ogu, not
that pharmaceuticals.
Yes, pharmaceuticals.
Yes.
And it took them to far north, and they made exploits. In those days when cars were gold, they come home, with their cars, one or two. People like Alhaji Kirikiri of the late blessed memory, somebody like John Emo, that's what we call him that time. His house is very close to Umueri, and so many. Even himself, the senior brother Sam. These are some of the people, and then so many of our boys did well when money was, very scarce. I have a friend, Joe Kuti. Joe Kuti told me he bought his first car and built his first house in 1978. And he built that house with 4,000 naira. 4,000, yes. And he bought mint, pickup. He told me, we were gisting. He told me, pickup. He bought that pickup, I think 1,200, he told me or so. Something like that. Mint. And he drives that motor all the way from Bauchi, down to our place. And when he's going, he goes back with it. These are the first set of millionaires we have in Umueri. And Sokoto people did so well, Bauchi people did so well. I think Gongola people also tried.
But you've not answered my question whether there is a Sokoto mafia.
We are not mafia anywhere. We trained our people. So many of us passed through so many of them. Because like Igbo, do their things. If you succeed, you come and carry your brother. So many of our people here are electricians and are plumbers. When you come home during Christmas with a car. If you are going, this person parents will take their son to you, and you go.
So, Barrister, what mafia do you belong to?
I don't even
if you
know
don't belong
mafia.
to Sokoto.
What is mafia?
Power block, CAUCUS. Huh?
I am a lawyer, I belong to MBA. That is where I belong. I don't belong to any other caucus. I don't even know who they are. I don't belong to. That is why you can see now, if I win this election, it is God that gave me.
But Barrister, there are caucuses in Umueri. There are power blocks and things within Umueri.
That I know.
There are such.
You're putting it to me that I know.
I'm not putting it to you in the lawyer sense. This is not a court of law. But we all know there are power blocks. It's not strange. Umueri is a community. Everywhere there are powers that be. Are there not?
My brother.
And the question I want to ask is this: How would you handle the issue of vested? I think that's the term, vested interests. Are you saying there are no vested interests in this community?
Of course there are.
So how are you going to handle? That's what I wanted to find out. How are you going to handle the issue of vested interests or power blocks?
Vested interests, negative vested interests.
If they are positive, we wouldn't have to handle them.
Yes. The interests there are some that are positive. If the interest, like what our youths are doing now, the Aghaebes, there are the group that they call the Aghaebes, the young guys, the young millionaires in Umueri. Yes. Their intention, their interest is to protect Umueri, to project Umueri.
Yes.
That is why if you get around them, they eat a lot of good things and they drink a lot of good wine. Those ones, I don't have interest. That is the kind of vested interest I would like in Umueri. But the vested interest of, I bring you down syndrome, is that one is a negative interest.
Because you have recognized Ekwolo.
Yes.
And Ekwolo goes with vested interests and caucuses.
Exactly.
And power blocks.
I've told you before that there's nobody I'll call in Umueri that will not answer me.
You see, that's where I'm going. Because if you insist that you are not one of these people and you are not aware of the existence, it means you might not be prepared to handle them when they begin to show the ugly heads in your administration. So how are you going to handle them?
I know. I said, if I become the President General of Umueri, I'm going to call everybody. And I told you that there is nobody I'll call in Umueri Do you want me to mention name? I mention your name. I call you. You always answer me. I don't know where you belong to, but I'll call them, and I know.
I belong to Ubaka.
Eh?
Ubaka, it's a CAUCUS.
Okay, yes.
Umueri born again Christian
It's
house.
where you now. That's why I'm members of Ubaka. You understand? So
yes.
I'll call them. I'll go to them. I will humble myself.
That's
if
beautiful.
I call you, you don't answer me. I go to your house.
You have touched my bumu button there.
Yes. If I go to your house, it's going to be an expenses for you, because whether you like it, I would have been the President General of Umueri. So it's your number one citizen that comes to your house.
Ojigiga Maite.
You know what that means? If you allow me to stay over the night, you are going to take me to a good hotel. I came from Abuja, so I know good hotels. So, but if you answer me, it will do us, better and easy. It will be easier for us. So I know everybody in Umueri, except those abroad. But I know, and those abroad are not our problems. Our problems are within. And I know everybody. There's no Umueri man that I don't know. And I'll call them. I'll tell them. Even if they don't like my PG administration or something like that, I'll still humble myself. I have never seen a person that you honor. Nobody in life that you have honored that refuses it. Nobody.
That's very true.
Nobody. If you're my enemy and I keep coming to you, at a time you get tired of me and you will do my bid. Just like in the Bible, that woman that wearied that king, the woman was every morning he will go to his bedside and he will be whispering. She troubled that king so much that the king said, "What will I do to this woman? I beg, take what you're asking for and leave me alone." He settled the person. That is how I'm going to disturb all of them. I'll trouble them until they agree. Come and say what your problem is. Tell me privately. I will reason with you. My mates are judges. My mates are sons. My mates are, take decisions. So I can take decision. Not personal decision, but I'll bring along Umueri people. I've said before that this regime, if I succeed, is going to be youth administration. We have tried the old blocks. For me, they have done their bits.
I'm interested in that. You actually brought up the matter of youth.
They have held the town for over 20-30 years.
Yes.
And they have done their bit. But I think that they should retire. If you're a soldier and you get to the rank of a general, you will retire.
Yes.
If they retire, they will be behind us and be our consultant. Anything that happens, we consult them. But to be the administrator, to be the people that determines, they should allow the youth to come. We have a lot of big boys in the youth, big boys in the brain, big boys in the cash, big boys in the size. We have a lot of them, and they're wasting. They're wasting because there are some old blocks that is not giving them way. If they give them way, they will manifest. Their intelligence will manifest. The administrative acumen will come up. You understand? So I'm going to empower them. I'm going to bring the youths up. We have good people here. We have good people in Umueri. I'm going to bring them up, empower them, encourage them to come, and let's see what you have.
I'm happy you brought up the matter of youths, because I really had intended to bring it up somewhere along the line, and now that you brought it up, I want you to tell us more about the youths, your plan for them, what you intend to do for them, how you intend to manage them.
All right. The youth have a lot of crisis amongst them now. They are complaining of one thing or the other. Talking about the current president, talking about the election, talking about so many things. I'm going to call, if I become the president, I'm going to call the youth president. I'm going to call the youth people. Come here, let's see what you're saying. Unfortunately, the time is almost running up. The time of the present youth president is almost running out. Now, if you reconcile, is it not going to be better than making trouble out of it? But it is their own. It is them that will tell us. What I know is that I'm going to call them. Come, let's talk on a round table. What are we saying? What is the problem? And then they will air their problem. You know, in Nigerian court, there are cases that last for more than 5 years. There are cases that last for more than 3 years. So if you are looking at something that is a year or less than a year, and you want to, fight it, it will not be. I don't think it's wisdom.
Yes.
You understand?
Yeah.
So, but for whatever, I would like them to come and state what the problem is, because you must stoop to conquer. You must stoop to conquer. For whatever thing, we must reason together. We must reason together. The people that I'm looking at that will vote me in are the youth. That is, the old ones in the home may not have time enough to come, may not have strength enough to come. So if they vote me in, why will I not recognize them? All of them are youths. The executives now are youths. The ones that are not the executives are youths. We don't need fight. There's no need to fight for anything. It doesn't want it.
Barrister, one prominent problem of the youths in Igbo land today, I think it's a problem all over the place, but we are talking about Umueri, is youth unemployment. How do you propose to handle that question, that issue?
Thank you. Do you know that there are a lot of opportunities in this town? A lot of youths are wasting in the township, thinking that their destiny is there.
Yes.
Their destiny is there.
Yes.
I've seen a lot of people that came from the township to the village, and they are doing far better.
Yes.
So if they are doing far better, why won't the rest of them come down here to empower themselves and be empowered? We have fertile lands. So many of them will go into farming, and it pays. We have the airport now. When on the day they opened the airport, I came around and I met Marcel. Marcel is my friend, because we met when I was the chairman of NEI. He was working for Orient Petroleum, so we became friends there. So when I met him, he told me so many things. There are schools, aviation school that is will be open there. There are a lot of contracting. My people will just believe that it is only contract. It's not only contract. All of us flies. If you go around the airport, you see what happens there. So there are a lot of opportunities in Umueri. I will encourage them. I will make them open their eyes. I'll make them open their eyes to see what they are not seeing, and all of us will see it together. What is the real thing now is land, selling land. I warn my people, this land you're selling for stipends, time will come when that land will be in millions, hundreds of millions. I came from Abuja and I live in Abuja. Small lands in Abuja is about 150, 300 million. And our town, we are the next town to Onitsha. We are the next town to the airport. We are at the center of attraction of commerce. Now, if you sell off all these lands and collecting 1.5 million, 2 million, highest, 1 million, 500, you have sold off that land. The effect it will have is that some of them will now begin to sell second time. And what happens to Onitsha and the rest of them will happen to us. And I would not encourage, if you have sold your land, you cannot sell it again. So, there is no need to selling all these lands now. Time have not come. The airport will bring a lot of things to Umueri. There are warehouses that you will build, and you just be sleeping in your house and you'll be collecting your money. So many things. We have opportunities. I'm going to encourage our youth, to shun vices. Shun vices. Shun gun. Shun drugs. Come down to your town and look in, and you will see what abounds in the town.
Thank you very much, Barrister. Maybe we'll have time for just maybe one question, and I want to balance it. Yeah, earlier I asked what challenges you expect to encounter when you become PG and things. So what about the other side of it? What helps do you look forward to on the positive side that might help you to do a good job?
Cooperation. Give me a chance. Allow me to bring out what is in me. I have friends all over Igbo land, and I know what they do in their towns that I will copy into my town. If you allow me to do it, I'll be happy. I'll be happy. This issue of Ekolo.
Let's make it a message now.
Yes.
Let's make it now a message.
Okay.
You are talking to the Umueri people.
Yes.
What they can do to help you do a good
Yes.
job and the help you can expect from them.
Yes. If you look at Umueri now, the easy man tends to be on their own. If the man now is on her own, the Kenga man now is on when I say her, I mean, you know, Ivite as a person.
Yes.
Yes. You know, if I believe that our fathers were better, they were better. It's hardly you see an Ikenga man fighting an Ezi man, or an Ezi man fighting an Ivite man. We were together. I pray that we will be together again. I will pursue it. If they can help me, allow me to pursue it. I've said before that I'm not a strong man. I don't have my bones is fragile, but I have powers. My powers are in my Bible, and I always tell them that the Bible is, you know, stronger. It's stronger than, you know, weapons. It's stronger than anything. If I write to American president, it will travel. If you shoot gun here, people, it's only the neighborhood here that will hear the sound.
That's the advantage of your education.
Yes, of course. That's what I'm talking about. You know, so my own power is stronger. Is stronger, and there are so many around town that have powers on their Bible. So I would want them to cooperate with me. I want them to come into the governance. I want them to be part of the governance. I want them to bring out their ideas and lay it before us. I've said that if I win, my government will be open-ended. It's going to be all-inclusive. Do you know that I'm going to bring in the native
doctor?
Yes.
Native doctor?
No, not native doctor. The native traditions. There are things that we do that binds us together in Umueri, that most of them are no longer done. They are about being forgotten. I'll bring them back. So, if cooperation is given to me, I'll go miles. If what again? You know, I didn't know. I just came in here. I've not even done what that brought me here. It just took me on this interview. If I am prepared, maybe I would have prepared myself.
Go and prepare and come back.
Maybe you give me another opportunity to have this.
Prepare and come back.
So, but in
You're
all,
at home, yes.
This is my town, and
Yes.
I know the sickness we have.
Yes.
And I believe that we can cure it.
Yes.
They told me that Umueri is so destroyed, Umueri is so this, Umueri is so that, and I always ask them, so do we run away? You don't have power. You are not a strong man. You have this. You don't have that. Then I said, if all of us run away, who will do it? Remember the builder in the Bible.
Yes.
You remember him? Who?
Zerubbabel.
No, yeah, Zerubbabel, one of them.
Yes.
But there is the one that everybody knows that rebuilt. No. No.
Nehemiah.
Nehemiah. He didn't run away.
Yes.
He stood back and rebuilt the place.
Yes.
Now, I'm going to be the Nehemiah of Umueri. If I am given a ticket, I'm going to be that. I can only be that if I have a synergy with the Igwe. Umueri people are thinking that the moment you are the president general of the town, the meaning is that you become an enemy to the Igwe. That reasoning, I don't know. You know.
Thank you very much, Barrister. Thank you very much, Barrister. I like very much the part about Nehemiah, who will mend the breaches and rebuke the broken down walls. Well, here at the Center for Research Igbo History and Culture, we'll be very happy to partner with you in that. You can count us as your partners and cooperators in the work of rebuilding when you embark on it. And also you talked about the youths.
Yes.
That is very close to our own agenda here. And in the event that you become elected as the PG of Umueri, you can count on our support and our partnership in that. Can we bring down everything, just 1 second, everything that you have said into one promise? I want you just to make one promise to the people of Umueri in the event that you become PG. What one promise?
One promise I'll tell Umueri people is that in my tenure, if I become the President General, Umueri will witness an extensive peace. An extensive peace.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Barrister Eugene Ben Aghaebe, prospective President General, Umueri General Assembly. It's been a pleasure talking with you. It's been a pleasure, and really, like you said, I'm challenged and inspired talking with you, and I want to do it again. I'll be what they call Oliver Twist and ask for more. So will you accommodate me?
Why not?
We'll come back and then we can rub minds together again.
When the PG